Hey there, um, welcome. I'm picking up the stream from where I left. Just want to make sure everything is going okay. I'm here on the stream manager. Yeah, we're clearly live. That's going on well. I can see everything going on fine. YouTube's picked it up. Yeah, it has, and we're live. Amazing. Okay. All seems good. So I'm just going to listen to the audio that comes back, and yeah, we see how that sounds just before we go. Okay. Yeah, all seems good. That sounds good. So I'm just going to listen to the audio that comes back, and listen to Twitch. Okay. I'm already. I'm behind a bit. So let me play music. Okay. I hope it's not too low. Okay. Yeah, I think it's not too low. Okay. Can sort of manage with that. I think it's nice. This all sounds good. So I'm picking up from where I left, and that is just like continue building this app that we have going on over here. I'm going to move this window to my secondary screen, just where I can manage everything, like the chat stuff. So if you see me turning a bit like this, that's mostly what I'll be doing over there. And then since we need we do need our browser here for the building. I don't know if it's okay if I should move back and forth, or just have the desktop, have both of them in one side. But I'm going to resize things a bit. I'll be building for mobile mostly, so I'll try and have everything here like this. Okay, seems good so far. Yeah, we got this. We'll have to work on the UI later, definitely. Trying to figure out. I did do a bunch of things here. We do have some. Yeah, these guys. Where do they go? Okay. Yeah, we'll have to figure that out. But yeah, UI should not worry you so much. We'll get to it at some point. So let me just set up the dev tools and how they're going to look like. Bottom side, yeah. If anything comes up. Okay, yeah, so we do have our mobile. I think I could just pick something like that. Yeah, and then we'll just build from here. Yeah, this will be enough for us. Also, stuff like this. And a hydration error. Okay, it's not too bad. We'll just move from there. Yeah, server's running. Just fix some wiring and spacing over here. Anyway, we need to figure out like what we're going to do, or like the goal for the next hour or so as I build. And I recently saw some guys have this plan.md or txt file in their repos, and it's really nice. You write down the plans, check things as you go and stuff, and sometimes you might step away from a project. When you come back, just going through it, you get so much context back so quickly, instead of just spending a lot of time fumbling and trying to figure out where everything went or where you are at that point. Yeah, so we're 5 minutes into the stream, so let's make a quick plan of what we're doing today. So yeah, let me just set up a date, and then we start from there. So we did just set up our models, but that was like just an automated way of how we did it, right? We just generated it with Kirimase, the CLI tool. Let's just go in and do some polish on the models. I think that's going to be important. So polish on the models, what do we mean with this? It's just make sure all relations and types are like okay, like where we want them to be. We definitely don't know everything, like totally everything at this point, but at the point where we are, we just want to make sure it's as robust as possible, everything is okay. I think another really nice goal we could have is deploy. Yeah, so like let's get the fast deploy. Let's get the fast deploy out there, so we know our app builds and our app works. Yeah. Okay. Next thing is just have all like forms. So this is more of like data collection at this point. So should I call it data collection? Yeah, like let me just write forms here. So let's make sure all our forms work well, they sort of look good, and the flow is very clear, like adding an account. So accounts, this is like an account flow. Let's think about the transactions, budget, the budget flow as well. All this sounds good, and then can we like link stuff, show balances, just like the basic kind of thing, right? I think if we get this done, we have something we can start using, yeah, without considering like all the other UI UX aspects. So let's jump into polishing models right now, right? Let's make sure all relations are okay and move from there. So in our setup, we do have the DB schema. We're using Drizzle, and Drizzle has this way of setting up accounts and stuff. Then we have API. Let's look at accounts, mutations, and queries. Get accounts. If we go to mutations, do we have a use server here? Interesting. Actions. Oh yeah. Okay. So the actions build on top of the API stuff, like the mutations and actual queries. Use server makes sense. Handle errors. If error message. Okay. So we set up an error message. It's an instance of error. We return the message or the error message. If the object exists and it's an object and error is in that object, error string, good, okay. Error message, it's a nice way to handle errors. Now I wonder, do all, okay, so yeah, this is the thing with the automation. This handle errors thing is always there, and yeah. And we've sort of repeated this everywhere. Okay, anyway, we're not working on that right now, so I'm just going to discard these changes. They're mostly just formatting stuff. We'll do a proper format later. I just saved again. It's okay. Look into it. Why do we have okay, we'll look into all these errors later. So let's close these buffers that we're not using. Okay, good. Let's start with our schema, and let's look at our accounts. Right. Using nano ID. It's in our utils and timestamps. Let's look at the timestamps utils. It's just an object, okay, so that we can use it to omit stuff. Yeah, makes sense from the schema. So we do have our accounts. The name on the database is accounts. ID is of varchar length 181 variable character. Is it varchar or varchar? Yeah. Trunk. Some random comment on Twitch that's just clearly spam. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out how to moderate stuff in this window. Show mode actions. Let's see, just that one. Okay, probably need to look into this as well. Followers only chat, I guess so. Let me just do that. Any follower, so at least just follow me and then you can chat. Okay. So this one looks good. Name, text, good. Description could be null. That's okay. Institution, they say not null. For now, we could skip that. The balance, this makes sense. The default value, let that be 0. Currency, not null. So yeah, it's something we didn't create. Hopefully we can figure it out. Working with multi-currencies. So not null. For now, let's just assume Kenya shillings. User ID length 256. References the PG column on delete cascade, yeah, because it belongs to the user. Created that and updated that. The default is SQLs now. Nice. Schema for accounts used to validate API requests and stuff. So the base schema is everything without the timestamps. Makes sense. The insert account schema. Create insert schema. Is this an import from Drizzlezord? Okay. So if we look at the schema, it omits the timestamps and just checks if everything is it optional or not. Good. Insert account params, base schema, extend, balance, coerce it into a number, omit ID and use ID. Okay, that's nice. Looks good. Update account schema. Yeah, so we definitely need the ID here. Makes sense. Account ID schema is just the ID. Okay. Yeah, it's just the ID. And then exporting them as types. So type of accounts used to type API requests, params, and within components. So that's an account, a new account, info account schema, new account params, update account params, account ID. Okay. Info type of, okay, this is all good. This type info is the return from get accounts, so it will include even the joins. Okay, this is a complete account. Yeah, I think the accounts schema looks good. We do have the auth account. This is all set up by NextAuth, which is like what we're doing. I think they go by auth.js right now. Yeah, I think it's okay. Won't work on that right now. Let's check the budgets. Let's go to transactions first before. There's an issue here. The signature of PG table is deprecated. What is... Okay. I guess the method that's been used here. This is a drizzle thing, right? Let me just... So they expect the name, so that makes sense. TX. Text. Okay. Okay. What's the deprecated issue? I'm just trying to recreate this. Oh yeah, okay. So this clearly PG table is deprecated, so we need to figure that out. Make sure we are up to date. So I'm just gonna have a default browser for us to just do the coding and stuff. Wait, what have I just brought it all here. That was not the intention. Let's remove this. Then okay, looks good. Something's subscription. Okay, get to that because that's what we're working on. But let's figure out this signature deprecation thing going on. Cross-cache SQL. Okay. Z table makes sense. Data types, looking for, I think, indices and constraints. Okay, so instead it's returning a list. That's the issue we are sort of experiencing with this, because we can see this, right? It is a list that we expect back. The unique unique. What constraint am I doing here? A unique index. Let's check it out. Yeah, everyone's returning like a list thing, so we need to do this, right? The warning goes away. Yeah, okay, makes sense. And we could just shorthand this thing and remove this return. Yeah, this looks good. Is the formatting working? Okay, this looks weird. Okay, that's okay. So let's get back to our accounts table. Did we get that same issue, or we didn't have an index? This one, that's why I didn't see that. I was wondering how I had missed that. So let's just go back and confirm everything's working well, or like we have our schema the way we want. We have our ID for the transaction. We do a description for the transaction. I think we can just have a description instead of like a title and description for this. So you just write whatever you want in the description. Amount integer, not null. Definitely. Budget ID. So this needs to be a relation for sure. Let's look at this reference thing. If we delete the budget on the shush. I think I'm just going to set it null. Yeah, because I might set up a budget, delete that budget at some point, but I had already spent on it. Yeah, and let's allow a null. Okay, so we'll need to do a migration for that. Hopefully that works well. And if we're doing that, I don't know what's up. My keyboard's not working. Let me just check. Oh yeah, I think it's dead. I didn't get the warning. Okay. Just plug the cable in. Sorry. Is it okay now? What's going on? maybe I show that cable. Just give me a second. Okay. Should be good now. But that's not like that didn't create some weird. Nice. We're back. Yeah, so budget ID, that's the change we've made here. I think that works well. Transaction budget index. So it's a unique index. On the budget, let's do an account ID index on this as well. So this is transaction account ID index on accounts. Oh wait, no, this doesn't need to change. It changes here. Okay, good. The rest is just TypeScript stuff doing its thing. I think we're good. Okay, let me check the insertion schemas and stuff like that. So when you're inserting, you provide an account for a transaction. Okay, makes sense. Okay, let's look at budgets. Budget has a name, description, if it's a recurring one, default. Should we have a default true, or should I just, yeah, let me remove defaults. We'll set that up in the logic. Recurring period, so I should create an enum for the different recurring periods. Okay, so I need to just look at data types, enums, enumerated. So you do a PG enum, the name, and then whatever it is, I could just paste it there. Ooh, makes sense. Was quick. Let's do that. So the enum we want for this is recurring period enum, right? Yeah, so so the values here, the period we're going to have daily, weekly, monthly. Let's my caps lock on. Oh yeah. And annually. Make sense? Daily, weekly, monthly, annually. And then we change the recurring period to recurring period enum with defaults of, what should our default be? Monthly? Yeah, most budgets are done on a monthly level, so I'll just have that as a nice safe default. And then since we have this enum over here, I'm just going to look at how we set up the index. DB, the client connection string. Okay, it's like I see. migrations folder. Okay, so yeah, there are a couple of ways of like working with this ORM, and the generated method with Kirimase, if we look at the IP and like the mutations, for instance, is that we are following a very SQL-like way of setting it. Updates, you pass the account, set the data where. Yeah, I think it's actually a really good approach. Yeah, so we don't need to like export this, add this to like the client or something, because we'll just do our things properly as we go. So the recurring period could be null. This is dependent on recurring being null, and then integer recurring frequency makes sense. This as well. Let's do a safe default of like 1. So sorry, not the target amount. 1. Okay. So what this means is if you have a monthly recurring period, the frequency is by default 1. So that means it's just like once every month. But like, let's say you were to do it every 2 weeks, you will have your recurring period as monthly and recurring frequency as 2. So we can sort of evenly distribute the time there. It can get very complex for sure, especially when someone is doing custom recurrency stuff. Like you want to pick a specific date, like maybe 3 specific dates in a month. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. But we'll figure that out. Insert base schema, select schema. Okay, and this guy is recurring frequency is recurring. It's appending to the recurring period and recurring frequency. Base schema extent. This is just schema to validate the data coming in. So we coerce this into a Boolean, coerce this into a number. Okay, the rest is a string. Because this is an in, we need to coerce it as well. The recurring period. So recurring does this work? So this is a PG in. Okay, something is happening. Enum values. Yeah, that's what we needs to be one of these. Yeah, that makes sense. Update. So let's do the same thing. Avatar. Yeah, that's good. What I like about this setup is that these types are now updated with whatever fields we add over here. And that's just cool. You'd have to do a lot of work to go back to all the schemas you have and the types you have if you did like manual typing. And that's like one of the things that just make me feel a bit weird with Prisma as an ORM, because I'm sure there's a way to maybe get the types, but yeah, might involve like having another library or writing some utility code, but this is just TypeScript, so I think that's good. Yeah, I think that's it. So let's migrate and update stuff, right? Generate first. So recurring people in budgets. Oh, okay. Something's happening. I think schema is the budgets. Yeah, I believe this was the issue. Yeah, Ox. Nice. PNDB migrate. Failed. Does not exist. Okay. How do we do this? Client Drizzle. Okay, I need to export it for it to just work. I think so. Let's see. Generate. No config. Traditional config. Let's look. I just want to make sure. Schema. Schema. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure I've not fixed that, so let's jump back to the docs and see. Oh no, I don't need the PostgreSQL docs. Export const moody num pg num. Let's look at migrations. Generate. Okay. Let's see. I'm looking for like, does the config need dialect schema, credentials, extension to cells, schema filter. Okay. Introspect casings. Okay, migrations. Entities. Okay, so I don't see any of that. Okay. Sort of missing something. Thing is, I can clearly see this is how we write the table, right? And then it's used in schema. Okay, transactions, the queries and stuff. Schema as well. Yeah, and that's it. Okay. So for this enum, okay, so I'm going to lively purchase. Okay, let's not touch these guys. Three columns. Okay, MDB. So let me just take this, replace that with this function I have here. Okay, and see what happens. Okay, so yeah, that's a problem. Okay, so recurring period. The name is this works. Let's okay. So nothing, it's not noticing any. Let me remove this default, see if it's going to pick it. Yeah, seems to be a problem. Does this like drop everything? Oh, this drops a migration. So I'll select that one and the last one. So 7 tables but no types. Okay. Type recurring period enum does not exist, and that's because that's happening here. Because if we look at the migration schema, so in this last one, transaction, we were working on the accounts table and the transaction a bit, so that's not the one. So this one now, create public recurring period enum as enum. Makes sense. Alter table budgets and drop the default as enum. Should work, right? So I'm going to reset the DB quickly. I think we can do that together actually. So we're in Supabase. Okay, so I'm just gonna delete this table. Has all the migration stuff, and also this guy's. Let's do it like manually, then we'll get to everything soon. It's almost an hour. We're not done with the first part. We're just supposed to clean the scheme. I guess sometimes, yeah. But that's something I always feel. Like, I always feel like I can be faster with things I do. Like when I code, I feel like I take some time, like way more time than I should. I don't know how to fix that. Maybe just work more and more. Drizzle. So what I'd like to do is, can I delete a schema? Schema visualizer. Let's go to Drizzle. Okay. Tables, functions, types, extensions, indices. Okay, let's see if this works. So let's just remove all this DB stuff. So all migrations for now. Schema. Okay. That was silly though, because I've just ruined the progress of like how we got there. But there's already some problems. So let's just look at this schema file. Yeah, the enum is the first thing being created and everything. This should be okay. Yeah, DB migrate. Nice. Seems okay now. Just nuke the DB and start again. Yeah. So we have our migrations right now. You can only just think of one migration done. And let's go to the public schema. See everything else is okay. I know the naming of the account and the accounts table is a bit dumb and weird, but yeah, we'll fix that. The stream looks okay. I just hope it sounds good. Just before we do that, let's check out our plan. So they are okay. I could say that. Yeah. Let's do this. So this could be like DB stuff. Clean schema. I did commit. I wasn't supposed to make a commit. Okay. We'll just push to main. Good, that's done. So this is how things look. So first deploy. So this means just setting up Drizzle and deploy our work. Forms. Yeah, so what I'm going to do instead of like the fast deploy, just make sure everything is building for now. Yeah. From what's going on? Spending is assigned a value that is never used. Delete email card. What's going on? It's a lot of stuff. So let's do that again. Yes, clearly there was an issue. So let's start. Do we have a linting stuff? Let me see. Lint. Okay. Let me try that now and then see. PNPM lint. Okay. Jeez, that's a lot. Do we have like a lint fix with next lint? Okay, I think it's done a couple of things. Let's look at. Why was there capital B in these things? Okay. So we do still have some issues. So I don't think anything else has been fixed. So let's just start with the queries.ts file. That's which queries file? Transaction queries. So optional chain expressions and return undefined by design using an null assertion isn't safe and wrong. This okay. Okay, so what if we do this? So that's clearly an error. Or we could just check for this. Get transaction. Why is the user the ID like? Okay, don't get it. Session. Okay, so session with user .id. Oh, it's because the session can be can be null. Do we get to throw anything here? Let's look at where it's used. Your transaction. Okay. For instance, this is in a component. Let me just no session. Does this kill the app and all the other places that it's been used? Let's check that again. See, it's been used in the page. So this could be anything, but no, it should be a list. Should be okay. So let's look at the other place it's been used. I think, oh, it's just the only place. That's the import, that's the usage. Okay. Getting the type. Transaction. Okay, you know, let me just return an empty list for now. So instead of null, I will come and fix this. Then I believe, should there be an issue here? Here now. Okay. Same. Okay. So I'll just do this again. Okay, so we definitely need to have our own utility that does this and has this check and fixes it. What's the issue here? So that's right. Yeah. I'm guessing those are the kind of errors we have. Preventing us from like a proper build. Optional chain. Yeah. Okay. Experience. Okay, let's work with all these mutations queries and stuffs. Okay, so should we just figure out a way of making sure we handle this session properly? Get user auth. Okay, it's an auth util. Then, so this auth util is being used directly in the API. We have our actions over here. Okay, so I know how I'm going to fix this. We'll have to work with actions. Actions themselves. We'll use next safe actions. There's that utility, like safe actions, that's like really nice safe in terms of like security, and also type safe actions. And we also need to handle our errors properly. So with that said, let me open the plan file. Next if actions. I'm so used to semicolon. Then next if actions, and then migrate our actions to use next safe. So that check that we have on all our queries and stuff this year, we'll avoid it. Like a different type of chain, which we shall check this before we get there. So our actions will be responsible for checking that and throw early, and then consolidate how we handle our errors, because right now we can look at this. We're all returning like a string. So I can go to where this thing has been used, the create action thing function. Interesting. Close model. What's going on here? And instead saw an expression. That's okay. So if open model data values, does this throw? What's going on? That should have. Okay. We'll just use it like that. I guess that's all we have to work on right now. If you just check if it exists and call it. Weird stuff. I wonder what's changed. I wonder if it's my dev setup or just like okay. Should be okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's lint again and just see where these issues are. Optional chain stuff. Okay. Crazy work. Just chores. That's the only one that has. Also, I wonder how the architecture looks and why this pattern is so prevalent. Like having to check if a function exists so that you can call it feels just a bit weird. So there's a lot of cleanup happening, but I still feel like it's less work for everything that we have right now compared to if we were to do it from scratch with Kirimase, without Kirimase. Okay, so I've handled all the forms, I believe so. Good. Let's do another lint. Okay, so this is now the should be just the optional chain things. Open module is defined and never used. Okay, so lists. Okay. One expression. Why? But this is very valid JS. What's going on? I wonder. I wonder what's changed. So we should do if account. And do that. So this. Okay. It's defined but never used. Seriously. And why are we checking it everywhere? Wait. I did see. Oh, that's something else. Okay. Yeah, let's just have that there like that. No, this is gonna cause problems. So, let's. Okay, I'll just remove that there from now. But it's still in the types, so that should be okay. Budget list should have the same problem. Same to transaction list. Okay, let's lint again. Okay, optional chaining stuff. This should be in the API stuff, mutations, queries and stuff. Unexpected any, oh my god, so much. Okay, so the first build thing was clearly about to be a ton of work. That is chores. Because let me make sure, does it build now? Sure it doesn't build. Are these new rules like for Next.js or something? Like the ESLint stuff? Or what's going on? TypeScript ESLint, known and null, asserted optional chain. Okay. I think I've seen the rules before, but they would let you build. It's okay. So let's just go to API now. Yes. And start with mutations and queries. So right now we'll just have to repeat this a lot. Will be could we throw error? This is interesting. You just throw like this without writing like an error. Interesting. I've not seen that before. If no session, throw error. What is it? Not authorized? This is new. I always throw it like you do the throw error and like whatever you're writing or new error, you know, but this that's new. Yeah, that's new. That is new. So I'll just have this happen everywhere, like just after we access, and then remove this assertions thing. Yeah, which I actually find dangerous. Yeah, if the type's telling you it might be undefined null or something, you just need to handle that in your logic so that you don't experience that again. Oh yeah, clearly. Yeah. So let's throw this here. Nice. go to the queries then. So we're just looking for a session, and yep. This is weird. If it throws, that's interesting. I've just never seen that before. And I can clearly see I'm throwing like that, like the default way of throwing is so the optional chaining things, and TypeScript sees that, because if we look at the type of session here, it's like has user or null, but then here it clearly is just user. So this does throw. Interesting. Okay, so just had to find that. We good here. Let's go to budgets, mutations, same. Okay. Let's go down. Do this again. That's okay. Budget ID. Could this be something else? It is a string. No need for this. Okay. It works. Done with the budgets, mutations, and queries. What's my last copy? Just yanked that. Something I need to get in the habit of doing is just using registers in a good way, like a really nice way. Allow us to go back and yank again, copy again. Yeah, and after just seeing that, I do go back and yank. It's still my fastest way at the moment right now. What's happening to the transaction ID here? Let's look at the register. 0. Right? Yeah, works. Okay, we're done with that. Queries? No issues here. Oh, this is where Okay, I'm sure there's some other things. Yeah. Okay, let's check them out. So, spending on update email card. Oh, it's not used. Okay, it's not a big problem. Next one is update name card. Spending. Use transitions. Okay. What's the next thing? Optimistic account. Optimistic budget. I believe that's the same. This is weird. Something's off with how my linting is working. Underscores should be ignored, right? I'm done with so optimistic transaction. Try there, right? Good. Now we're going to page.tsx unexpected in. These are like SVG props. How are they done? Let me look at one of the Shanxian components. They handle that well. Like there's this the way they forward their reps with stuff. So I need to check out like something around like the button. This here button HTML. So HTML attributes, HTML button element as the props, right? Okay, so this prop should be we have SVG attributes. Yeah, and then SVG elements. Yes. Yeah. Now we have the right types. Okay, let's confirm. I think we know props dot like x and yeah. These are like SVG stuff. We're good. We should be able to build it now. Unless there's some other issues other than linting. These linting rules are strict. Okay. Params are encountering. Is this that one thing? Okay. Page.tsx account. That's the one. It is the one, right? Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in. Does not satisfy the constraint page props. Types of params are incompatible. Promise any and catch finally. Ooh. params are now promises, right? Should I just like do something like does that work? Well, yeah, that worked. That worked. What the hell? Okay. Transactions page. This is what I'm looking for. Right hand params. We'll have to rewrite some of these pages, definitely, now that we can see. We will have to do that. And now I want to make sure all the types are good, everything is fine. Budgets, budget ID, optimistic, no, not optimistic, the page, params, yeah. So that's budgets. We have touched accounts, right? Transaction ID page, yeah. That should be okay. Done with accounts. With this page, we're not expecting any params there. We're done with budget. Yep. Dashboard, no params, transactions. We're done with that. Yeah, it should be good for this class of errors. Let's see if we can build. Nice. Build is done, so we know we can deploy. As long as the build is done and the environment variables are set up in Vessel, will be good. So yeah, let's commit these changes. Commit, sure. Fix. It's not sure. It's just lint. So just lint project for build. Okay, where was that first deploy? Build project. Deploy vessel is the next thing. So much tiny things to do just to clean up what we have going on. Oh yeah, server's not running. Wait, do we have? It's the plan empty thing. So let's just amend the last commit and send that. Okay. It's 5:20 right now. It's been like an hour and 30 minutes. Nice. So something I struggle with, like when building projects, is not really struggle with, like something I just want to be good at, breaking things down and prioritizing them in such a way that you're working on the most important things first, right? So like if I went on that linting spree when I had like a feature to do and the build was working, that would have been like not a very useful high impact way of like building and like making progress. But it's so easy to get stuck on the tiny configs and stuff, which I also weirdly enjoy. That's why it's just like configuring my editor, my terminal, my workspace in general. But just realizing there's time for that, and there's time for like building and making meaningful progress is something I want to get better at, and just build and just make that work better. So Kirimase has brought us quite far, and that's really nice. I hope we get to rewrite the thing soon, or like it's in progress or something. I'll check out and just see what's going on over there. But yeah, that'll be really epic to see. Now what makes sense, like our database is there, most of the logic, just how things work, sort of there, but we haven't like tested it, experienced it, and just seen it working in the flow. So we have these Nixif actions. It's not like it's a quality of life improvement. Doesn't really add new features to the app, functionality and stuff. These forms directly affect the user experience, so I feel like these are more important. So the forms exist, they're already there. So just to show what we mean by that, you just look and see. It's compiling the home page. Let's just go to the dashboard. Am I signed out? I guess I am signed out. Okay, that's good. So what I was saying, okay, we need to fix. So let's come to budgets, for instance. Go back to mobile. See, no budgets, get started by creating a new budget. So this is the form. Just can barely work. Everything is spaced in a weird way. So yeah, building out that form properly and making sure just the way we add these details manually makes sense. And then we'll think about the other cool features we want to do. But we have these core features where I can track my finances. So yeah, that's what we want to fix. So let's work on the forms. I'm going to start branching out at this point and just stop working directly from main. So LazyK, I'm just gonna add this. Actually, no need for that. It's not really. Fonts. No. So which form do we work on first? Let's see. Just follow up accounts. So we'll start with the account form. GTLS, yeah. Oh. Wait, complete. Wait, the accounts. Suspense, loading, domestic account, transactions list. What's going on? Domestic account. Yeah, okay. Right, let's get to the modal. So the modal is a dialogue. Just pops up in the middle of the screen. I don't think that's a problem. But what I want to do is have the option of a dialogue or a sheet. I think for some weird reason I like sheets, like when that works. So what we're going to do is add a variant. So this is dialogue or modal, and then we just leave everything. Dialogue, sorry, not modal, a sheet. Okay, so if the variant is a dialogue, could return a dialogue. Okay, and let's just take the rest of these return, but in this case we're going to be returning a sheet. I don't think, do I have I don't think I have the ShadCN sheet component installed, but they're usually very similar. Just have everything going on just like this. So let's install that. PNPM DLX, is it ShadCN at latest, add sheet. Good. Fine. Yeah. Add all missing implants. Everything's from your sheet. Makes sense. Let's not do the relative of important things. Okay. Now that we have that, jeez, I do have a it's default. Okay. If we do sheet and I open this, is it a sheet though? Maybe we'll see it like this. No, it's still a model. Dialog, oh shit. This is the account. Okay, I'm in the budgets. So let's look at the correct one and see. So wait, come on. Account form. Okay. It's still a dialogue. What's going on? Is this the right? And if this is the right optimistic account. Account ID page. Oh wait, no. Which file is this? So, oh, this is the this is the while we're in accounts with a created account. Working on the wrong thing. We'll check that straight soon. So the account list. I see this. Then we have this account list. Yeah, variant test sheet. Is it this one? Yeah, no, it's a sheet. Yeah, works. If you want any other model. So many. Is it the same? Yeah. So we just have to change it one piece. So let's handle all these sort of the account list. Leave now the budget list. The model. So let's set our variant to sheet. This is the budget list. So if I set up a budget right now, the form comes as a sheet. Yeah, I prefer that. Let's look. What does it look like? Yeah, it's like better. The thing we need to make sure is the forms scroll. And I got distracted because right now, if we look at my plan.md, I should be working account flow. So let's focus on the accounts. Account form. Okay, first things first is, yeah, let's just work on this a little bit better. Also, the font is weird. SRC app, I'm looking for layout. Might not need these fonts. You can try. Okay, wait, let me. Okay, yeah, let's work on the. How do we, so we need to import inter from next from Google. Next, jeez, where did the Google fonts come from? Imports. From next font Google. That should be it, right? I don't know. Font enter. Yeah. Set it up. Fonters. Then we do the options. Is that how it works? Let me let's check. It's one of those things you barely do. Import Google fonts. Makes sense. Next font Google, enter, including a variable font. You don't need to specify the font weight. Okay, just like that. And then you just pass it inside the, makes sense. So subsets Latin. Yep, now it's enter. Good. Just look a bit better now. I'm going to set up like the mono fonts. We shall font no. See which mono do we have here? Roboto Geist mono. This is the one they were using, right? Is it a variable one? I don't know. DM is nice as well. Separates. Okay, let's have this. Okay, so how do I? Okay, let's see. So you could add your weights. Font family, Mr. Yeah, let's look at our router stuff. So in variable. Okay, makes sense. But you could set up like in the variable. Okay. The subsets display. What does display swap do? Variable. And then let's change this. Font sans. Okay. No. I'll go back to the layout. We rename these guys to font sans and mono. That's good. Okay, something weird happening. Because that's not the font. It's not inter. Should I like restart this on? Oh, mono should be mono. Something's up. It's clearly something going wrong. Font mono, JetBrains mono, into interval back. Sense. Font sense, font mono. So let's now 40. So many scripts. Okay, yeah, that's where I was. I could just set this to font sense. See how it looks like. Would that be the issue? Without it. This is around. It is. Okay. Am I whispering? I think, yeah, I just got into my head a bit. I need to remember to like talk as I do this. Okay. It's been 2 hours now. Yeah, so this clearly is what we want. So let's go to the accounts. So it is the account list that has the button, right? To open the model there. It's just one. On click, open model. And empty state also does the same thing. They just open it, so that's okay. What we want to do right now is to okay, first of all, make this work properly. Let me inspect this page and pick the iPhone 12 for 75%, 100%, yeah. Okay, there's some stylistic designs I want to set, especially like width and stuff, but not here. So let's jump into the account form. Here we are. First of all, that spacing is absurd. Looks very bad. Okay. So specify 8 is insane. Let's have that and see. Yeah, it's quite good. That's nice. Name. So for so the children go. Takes 5. BB 5. Let's just do p5. 4. It's like I can't even notice the difference. Okay. Plus, oh yeah, this is the sheet. P4 and like P4. Sort of repeat ourselves too much. Paste this up. Okay. Still absurd. I want this to be on the lower side. So the content of the form the action button. Yeah, so this is save button, saving struct, creating margin right 2 y. Yeah, okay, VT outer. Nothing. Let's just look where it's used. Button. So the save button. Does the sheet have a footer according to Shatsian? Sheet footer. Cool. So in this case, where is the sheet footer used? Sheet closer button, save changes. Okay, so it's not styled. We just come at the bottom. Always. We can mark that. This part should 100 be a sheet footer. Nice. So it's already doing its thing. Let's change this to truancy. Okay. We have to work on that. So we see how he does the footer. Oh, the sheet closes the system close. We are controlling it with like the on close and the open states. So I need to figure that out. Okay. Next thing I want to see is yeah, the sheet footer is always inside of the sheet content, and the sheet header, sheet title and description. Good. So now go back to the model. Sheet header. So we do need a sheet description, or we're gonna get like accessibility error. All dialogues needs to have a description thing. So we could just do the same thing. Title. Okay, so I could have a span and then title. Sheet. We save this, we're going to see the description. We don't really need that, so what we do is make this a screen reader thing only. So the screen readers will see it and the description will be really nice. So the next thing I want to do here is mix this flex column. Yeah. And then in our case, where we have our phone, just we have so many. Instead of just having it have that space like the spacing it has, this could actually just grow. Oh wait. So we have a save button. It's a submit. Okay. Schema field starts div, everything's a div. So let's see. So passing the form ID to the submit button, and then in our case we take everything in this footer. Okay, so put it there. Okay, this one's growing. I don't know. Let's check the elements in this thing. Okay, just gonna pop this thing out. It's in my secondary screen. Just want to see how it looks like. It's a flex column with the form, and then interesting. If so, it's this and then this. We want this to grow like this. Should also have a div that's covering them like the parent to this form, which is in the module, should have 4. Okay, right. We're going too far. Okay, so let's look at a different situation. Okay, that's not okay. Point in blaming you, you did not know. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I give you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. It's not flex, so okay. That's all I wanted. I was growing. Yeah, I have it. The form does grow, and yeah, let's check. 20 from 12 looks good, but one thing, it's crazy padding, honestly. Yeah, it's way better. You already have some padding going on. So instead of this div, I want to have not here, instead of this div No. In the form. I want to have this form to be like in a scrollable, and the button just always absolutely placed, or just like placed where it is, so that I always have a button there at the bottom of the sheet. So okay, we'll just start checking the UI functionality right now. I won't even do the scroll area thing right now. So I prefer not having any videos on anything. Yeah, that works. If I do this, it's the same thing. Let's just it's good. So let's imagine we're creating a new bank account in the app using the form. So it's a manual form, definitely. Create the account, add a description, it's not optional. Okay, first of all, let me just try and create account created. Oh, that's weird. It's wrong. Empty name, empty description, empty institution, 0 currency. The user ID, create timestamps. Okay. So that's like really bad logic. We need to fix that. Put it like this. Okay. Just paste these two differently. But yeah, we'll get into the styling later. So let me just see this progress. This was mostly just UI stuff. Use sheets instead of notes. Let me do that. Use full forms. So let's close this. Let's close this buffer as well. Just focus on the form. Submit, and I'll submit. Payload, account parsed, insert account params. Okay. Something's weird. It passed it correctly. It is passing it correctly. Oh, that's a problem. So we need to make sure so the name needs to be there. I feel like this is mostly a schema issue. Insert account params. This schema create select. Okay. So name z string for sure, but we need to have like a minimum 3. Yeah. Let me just say 1 because. So account name, should have at least one character. Description as well. Z.string. Account description. Then I make it optional. Like, are all currencies like 3 lengths? The standard. KS, USD, JPY. Okay. I'm not sure. Let me just do mean. And at this point, I'm just going to have this as my default before I start building multi-currencies things. Okay, so let's try that again and see if I can create an empty account. Yep, account name should have at least one character. Account description, at least one character. So this one, I don't need to have the main thing. But I can say it's optional. So let me just remove. Then. Okay, currency. So how do we set a default for this? Handle submit. Here we come and say currency. Reload current. It is that. Else KS. Yeah, that's logical. Makes sense. Let's try and pass that right now and see. Yep. At least have to set name. Now, should I have a default for the balance? Yeah, there's no use setting up an account with the default balance, so we need to migrate, generate and migrate that. So this has to be cost into an puzzle. Do this. So clear. Okay, balance is not responding. We want you to throw an error as well. Balance integer, not null. Okay. Let's see. So if I do create, Just gonna create it. Default balance of 0. Just okay. Let me just return it. So the currency is automatically fixed to that. Description and the institution can be empty strings for now. Okay. Not bad. Now I wonder if it is an empty string. Shouldn't I just put in a null there? In both the DB and like the data I work with, instead of empty strings. It's like not an accurate representation of like the mental model we have of the data there. It's like the data does not exist. Instead of it exists and it is an empty string. And try and fix that later. Okay, actually let's do that. Yeah, that's why we're here. Sorry. I want to see how do we handle submit. Payload, we get all our data. Data works. Well, actually, I don't need to do the parsing. Like add the currency there, pass it, and then just come in. This. Okay, this is expecting yeah. Okay, let's return it where it was. Okay, okay. Start a mutation, editing, or okay. I think I just need to work on this insert account params. So let's look at description. So in this case, it needs to be a string, minimum length one. And then description show at least one character, optional. And then right now when we pass a new string, a new account, you do get that error. But in this payload, we also need to, what's going on? Property of description are incompatible. String and string null. Okay, that's good. We're sort of seeing that when we look at description, have I is it instead of optional nullable? Yeah, that works. So if we look at our values, description is string or null. The next thing we want to do is to let me check Zod's docs. String data nullish. It's a transform. Okay. And we pipe it for data and that is nullish. So undefined. Okay.
Close your eyes and just stay tight. We have to go. Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe me.
Okay.
Stay with me while we leave. Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe me.
At what point does the transform come? Okay, let's wait and see. So for this one, for the description, see. So description, okay. And then I can like sort of transform. Is it transform or transform? Wait, transform. Okay, transform.
Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe me.
I wonder if this, let's see. Yeah, just because of that. So I could have I could have this transform. What's the difference between Nalish and field not provided or explicitly defined? Nullable field explicitly now. Field not provided explicitly now or explicitly undefined. Okay, Nalish. Okay, taking a break.